we were in Birmingham with Hairspray, and my wardrobe assistant, my dresser, Stella, she came in and she was looking a bit sad and stuff, and you know, obviously we spend so much time together. So I said, "So Stella, what's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, my friend has just found out she's just been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer." I was like, "How old is she?" She's like, 25 or something. And she was dressing me, and I was like, "Oh, let's have a feel." And I ran my hand, and I felt something that didn't feel right. Something felt hard that I've never felt before. And I says, "Oh, I feel like I've got a bit of a bump, but hey, let's go on and do the show." And I went on, did the show, finished the show in Birmingham, and then when we had a little bit of a break in the new year, literally 4th of January, and I felt that it was still there. And so I phoned the doctor up 4th of January, and they put me in for an emergency appointment. And then by the 7th of January, I had to go to the hospital and had a biopsy and
you went on your own? You didn't tell the family at all at this point?
No, I mean, I wanted to... I just wanted to know what was going on in my head first, because I didn't want to worry the family unnecessarily. And obviously I've got my 2 children there, and, you know, when you say the word cancer to your children, they don't really know how to deal with it. Even though, you know, they're older, 25 and 22, but they're still children.
Still your children.
Yeah, they'll always be children. So I literally went and had it done. It was quite scary. It was, you know, especially when you're having the biopsy and the mammogram, because it really squeezes. I don't know if anybody's had one, but you rest yourself on a table, and there's something that just compresses your breast, and you know, it was that was quite a scary
What I
part.
find really admirable about you, and obviously with my family, I've been through the whole process. What I find fantastic is the fact that you've managed to work throughout it all. So, is it to do with your own attitude as a person? Do you think, you know, your attitude towards cancer?
Well, in saying about the children, you know, my son's got this mantra of self-belief. That's his positive mantra. And when I told the children after I was done, because I didn't want to tell them as well, because I didn't have the answers.
Yeah.
You know, I've got cancer. It's breast cancer. I didn't know what stage it was. I didn't know and
they're going to ask all those questions initially,
there's all these questions that I can't answer, and I don't. Rather than saying I don't know, well, Mummy, what do you know? You know, I didn't want them to be faced with that of going to bed and not knowing what's going on with their mum.
So are you going through chemo at the moment?
Yeah, well, I started. My first chemo treatment was actually World Cancer Day on the 4th of February. I'm never going to forget it. That was my first day of treatment. I've had 4 chemotherapy treatments every 21 days.
And you're still in Hairspray as well?
Of course I'm doing the show.
Doesn't it make you knackered, having the chemo?
No, I mean, it does tire you. One of my nurses, when I was having treatment, she was like, "Don't let anybody say the words "ah" to you," or "oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And I've really tried to keep that positive attitude and be happy with it. And, you know, it's not easy at all, but... You know, the one thing that I do know is if it wasn't for my dresser, then I wouldn't have felt that in the first place. I used to touch myself and feel for stuff, but if she never said it, I wouldn't have done it. So it's very important that people know what to feel for, women know what to feel for, and even if you don't know what to feel for, find a friend or go to your doctor.
Or if you're unsure,
go to the doctor. And if you feel anything whatsoever, the only thing I can say is get into that doctor's surgery.
Quickly, can I just say that all of the surgery is that attitude is everything. And so that's what you've
mental
got.
attitude, self-belief that you can get through it. I believe that I can get through it, and I've had 3 chemo treatments. I went before my 4th one, and they said that the tumour's shrunk to half the size.
Really?
Yeah. So, I'm happy to say that, yeah.
Oh, well, that's amazing.
It's positive, yeah, onwards and upwards, absolutely. And the show, you know, Hairspray, everybody, the cast, the producers, the crew, everybody's been so supportive, and it's just been such an uplifting thing. It's hard for me to be there all day, because they're all like, you know, come on, Brenda. So, you know, I'm absolutely loving it.
And that's touring the UK?
Yeah, we're currently in Canterbury, so I did the show last night and then come down, so I'm going back to Canterbury tonight to finish off this week. I've got chemo on Thursday, so I'll come back for that and then go back on Friday.
So you don't even the next day you're back?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and then next week we're in Bromley next week at the Churchill Theatre.
Well, listen, we wish you well. It's great to see you're so positive, and come back and see us again soon.
Thank
we can
you.
talk a bit more about Hairspray. Brenda Edwards.
Thank you very much.
If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.
I had a 9 by 6 centimetre tumour in my breast when I was diagnosed, and I had all the tests. I mean, not immediately, and unfortunately it was diagnosed really late. And I mean, I had a biopsy, I had an ultrasound, I had a mammogram, and they obviously, I mean, women, you know, ladies who've had mammograms, you know what it's like. It's not the most pleasant experience. It's horrible.